Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today I'm going to show you exactly what it's like to drive the 488 Pista from a first-person point of view. You know, when the 458 Speciale was originally released, it took the world by storm and was an instant legend. With that 4.5-liter naturally aspirated V8 screaming to 9,000 RPM, there was nothing controversial about it. Now, the same wasn't true about the Pista. Purists were worried that the forced induction layout might have taken away some of the soul and the appeal of this car. Well, I'm pleased to report that couldn't be further from the truth. It drives as good as it looks. Now, one of the Pista's signature elements is this Formula One derived S-duct in the front, whereby air can actually travel through here and out over the hood for additional downforce over the front axle. We've got some tricksy aero bits around the wheel as well. This little vent down here helps air pass along the side of the vehicle. We've also got these incredibly cool optional carbon fiber wheels, which help reduce unsprung weight significantly to improve the handling. Now, this car is 200 pounds lighter than the 488 while making 50 horsepower more. Let's go ahead and pop the engine bay, shall we? Here's the engine bay lever right there on the side. Let's go ahead and pop the hood to reveal this glorious engine bay. Now, the owner was lucky enough to actually have 88 signatures from every person who worked on this Pista. How cool is that? And also, how beautiful is this color? Viola Dino, apparently an original Dino color that's very rare. This car is completely tailor-made. It's got that beautiful silver stripe that was custom tailor-made from Ferrari, as well as this piano black line. 3.9 liter twin turbocharged V8 making 711 horsepower and 568 pound-feet of torque. All of that power is sent to a 7-speed F1 dual clutch gearbox, all to the rear wheels. 0 to 60 happens in just 2.7 seconds. A couple other details. I'm getting antsy to drive it for you guys. Improved intercoolers in the rear. Now, this air vent actually allows air to travel past the intercooler and out the rear of the car in these vents right here. We've also got this menacing carbon rear diffuser that actually has active flaps that can stall downforce. And they call this the dolphin tail wing because from above it actually looks like a dolphin's tail. It's a blown spoiler that allows air to pass both over and under it. All right. Let's go inside. Now, hopping on inside of the Pista reveals a purpose-built track-focused interior. Anything superfluous has been eliminated from the car. There's no glove box. There's basically no storage space whatsoever. I mean, we have this little compartment there, and behind the seats a little bit. We actually do have a cup holder, which is quite interesting. Now, let's go ahead and put the key in the key holder slot. If you're familiar with most modern Ferraris, you'll know that it hasn't changed much from the 458 to the 488. It's the same basic architecture. And I honestly love that because it's an analog car in a digital world. Check out the carbon fiber center tunnel. Like I said, this car is 100% tailor-made, one of one, so we've got purple outlines. Now, traditionally, the entire interior would be Alcantara and carbon fiber, but this is actually real suede on the seats as well as the roof. Pretty cool. We've got the Manatino dial to switch from wet mode, sport, race, CT off, and ESC off, bumpy road mode. We've got our turning indicators here, a shift light here, as well as the horn is actually on the wheel itself. Now notice there's no door handle. It's actually a strap. So unlock like that and pull it shut. But on the other side, there's an actual door handle. Interesting that they made that difference. Climate control vents down here, very typical from the 458 and 488. Kind of ugly, honestly, but you know what? They work and are functional. Let's go ahead and fire up that 3.9 liter twin turbo V8. Now, this car has the stock exhaust, but we can actually open the valves permanently by clicking that B button right there, so it's a little bit louder. Get a listen to this glorious exhaust. That is so epic. No, it doesn't sound bad just because it is forced induction. Now, speaking of the 3.9 liter V8, the 458 had a 4.5 liter V8, hence the name 458. This car does not have a 4.8 liter V8. It has a 3.9. So it's actually the total cubic capacity of all 8 of the cylinders comes out to 488. Notice we've got the turbo PSI. You've got a boost gauge on a Ferrari. There's actually a button labeled turbo right here that can bring that up. Even turbo response, turbo efficiency, that is pretty crazy. All right, I think it's time to take this out onto the road. What do you guys think? Put it in first gear, click the auto button to make sure that it is in manual mode, and off we go. Oh my God. Oh my God. Honestly, it sounds incredible. So the car has Ferrari Dynamic Enhancement, which is a new system developed for the Pista, along with Side Slip Control 6, that basically, it's a more advanced version of stability and traction control. So if I switch it into CT off mode, it'll activate that FDE. And essentially, it applies the brakes individually at all 4 wheels. So instead of just cutting power like traditional traction control that's kind of jarring and jerky, this tries to make slipping as smooth as possible. So it smooths out when you lose traction, and honestly, it feels so natural to slide this car around. I'm gonna go ahead and put it back into, let's go to sport mode actually, and we're gonna click the bumpy road mode setting right here, and just drive it around normally. Honestly, as firm as the car rides, and it is unbelievably stiff, which I love. It makes for an incredibly engaging driving experience. This car really feels like a race car on the road. When you put it in bumpy road mode, because of those magneto-aerological dampers, it's actually quite comfortable and relatively easy to drive. But yeah, I mean, as much as you could daily drive a Pista, obviously there's really no storage space. You probably wouldn't want to put the mileage on the car because it is such a limited beast, but this thing is all about driving on the road quickly as well as going on track days. It's 711 horsepower. This car is frighteningly quick in a straight line. Now, the suspension has been retuned from the 488. It's 8% stiffer. We've got magneto-aerological dampers to make sure that the ride isn't totally jarring. But oh my God, the level of confidence this car gives you in the turns is, it should be illegal. Woo! Now we've got a new and improved exhaust manifold from the 488 to the Pista, so it's a lot louder in here. And it honestly sounds great. It doesn't have... It doesn't have the high-end wail like the 458, but that bassy tone is intoxicating. Oh my God. 0 to 60, 2.7 seconds. Oh my God, but it's after 60 where this car is truly a beast. You really feel the extra nimbleness from those carbon fiber wheels, reduced unsprung mass, as well as that 200-pound weight savings over the 488. It honestly feels like an entirely different car. And the 488 was already brilliant. Brakes are phenomenal in this car. They actually took some of the feel from the 488 GTE race car, so they're really firm, much more firm than you'd expect from a road car. Oh my God. I'm gonna give it some gas, not say anything, so you guys can listen to this glorious car for the next little while. Put it back into race mode. And I have to say, this purple color Violadino, it's just breathtaking. The owner did such a good job with this car. Make sure to follow him at Modern Enzo on Instagram Thank you so much, man, for letting me review this car. It's truly epic. PS for power start. Launch control, baby. Oh my God. The confidence this car gives you in the turns is ridiculous for a 711 horsepower rear wheel drive car. It really doesn't make any sense. And the brake feel is awesome. I'm in love with the 488 Pista. You know, this is the 4th generation of special V8 mid-engine Ferraris. It started with the 360 Challenge Stradale. Let's turn around real quick so we can test out that turning radius. Not bad. Then we ended up with the 430 Scuderia. And then after that, the 458 Speciale, and now this, the first ever non-naturally aspirated car, the 488 Pista. Pista, by the way, means track in Italian. And rightfully so, this is a track beast. Oh my God. I'm in love, guys. I am in love with this car. Now, some other interior bits. The seats, honestly, for these carbon fiber racing buckets are pretty comfortable, and they are unbelievably supportive in the corners. Over a long period of time, they'll probably get uncomfortable 2 to 3 hours in the car, but honestly, it's a lot more comfortable than I would have expected. Now, the floor mats are made of carbon fiber. How race car inspired is that? Man, I really don't think I have a negative thing to say about the Pista. I mean, somehow if it could sound as good as a 458 Speciale with the twin turbo setup, all right, then it would be a slightly better car. But unfortunately, when the exhaust gas gets eaten by the turbos, it sucks some of the beautiful noise away. And you know, that's just the future of automobiles. And we're gonna be going hybridized soon, and hopefully they maintain this V8 platform because it truly is remarkable.